1836. Texas, the Alamo. The American nation is expanding, growing stronger, bigger. But there's something else out there, even bigger, even stronger. Mexico, a superpower. A colossal empire stretching from Oregon to Guatemala. But Texas is disputed territory. The Mexican government has invited American settlers in, but are soon overwhelmed by the flood of pioneers.
Americans by the thousands were coming into Texas, and they were not abiding to the agreements to come in as settlers. And once they outnumber by 1835 Mexicans 10-1 in that area, of course, the Americans are thinking about independence.
The Alamo is where Mexico tries to stem the flood. The shots that killed Davy Crockett and his fellow settlers echoed across America. The women and children are spared, sent back to send the Mexican message, don't come. But America hears something else. Remember the Alamo. A turning point. America will now wage war to go west. Texas is won. California fought and bought. The same month California becomes American, it becomes the nation's greatest prize. Volcanic magma. Over millions of years, in a fault zone beneath the Sierra Nevada, cooling and pressure create quartz. In the quartz, gold. The seam is one of the densest on the planet. Rocks erode and the riches are released. In 1848, carpenter James Marshall finds a 3-ounce nugget in the California River. 2 months' pay in his hand, but billions of dollars beneath his feet. News of Marshall's discovery spreads to every corner of the world. In California, you can taste the American dream. Get rich quick. Within a year, 100,000 desperate amateur prospectors flood the Sierra foothills.
It was the American dream distilled to its essence. Take yourself and go out and try and make a success of it.
A Chinese prospector's 100-ounce strike in the Yuba River. $26,000 made by a single Irishman in just 4 days. A $200,000 super seam mined by 12 Mexicans at Bear Valley. In the port of San Francisco, a plot of land worth $16 before the gold strike now changes hands for $45,000. In 2 years, the population of California explodes from 15,000 to 100,000. Now, hand panning is replaced by lines of sluice boxes, desperately combing for anything the first prospectors missed. And the price of living rockets.
Picks, pans, shovels go from a few cents to $10 apiece.
Breakfast costs 10 times what it does back east. But still, the people come. "200 abandoned ships in San Francisco harbor. The crews deserting, rushing for the hills. He's traveled 6,000 miles. He spent all his money. Now he travels by foot. Belgian Jean-Nicolas Perlot writes,
"We crossed 200 miles of wilderness, full of Indians, bears, panthers, wildcats, snakes of every kind.
the first thing he finds isn't gold, it's graves. 200 of them. Prospectors cut off by rains in the foothills, starved to death.
Approaching, we realized animals of some kind had dug up the bodies. I read a note attached to one of the graves. God has willed that civilization should begin in this place with this duty which a man owes to his kind: bury the dead.
Perlot does find gold, but never in the quantities that he dreamed. As the gold fields are picked clean, tensions rise. Times get tougher.
After just 5 years, the gold rush is over.
I think that there is that Western mentality of prospecting, try and fail, and the fact that you tried is worthy in and of itself.
Of 300,000 who rushed to find gold, less than 1 out of 100 struck it rich.
But fortunes were made by the merchants and landowners who supplied the miners. From dirt and dreams came the great cities of California. Both the West and the American character that built it are settled. Now, this new powerhouse will face another revolution.